Fourth Gate Podcast, Dimes and Molly here. What's up, you guys? Today I'm here to talk about empire, money, and violence, and a whole bunch of other random shit. Okay, so before we jump into it, real quick, Mother's Day is this weekend, and y'all know I'm not going to be recording over the weekend. So, just let your mothers know from Dime, Happy Mother's Day. Y'all go out there, have fun, take your mamas out, and do that whole thing. Okay, so let's get into Empire. Woo! Okay, what an episode. Now, y'all know I've been talking shit about this goddamn show all season. But this episode was one of the first episodes that I said, okay, wait. Maybe this shit is good. Or maybe I, was missing something the whole time, Okay, so this is not going to be a full review. I'm going to just talk about the main fucking things. Now, when we left off last week, Andre got a tip from the reporter that his grandmother was still alive. So he goes to the, I don't know what you would call the place, the mental home place. He goes there, and the show opens up. We see him sitting with his grandma, and they're playing like bingo or something like that, and he's just talking to her, trying to get as much information out of her as he can, I'm assuming. And out of nowhere, she's like, fuck it, something. She throws the fucking throws the bingo card off the table or some shit. Like, she starts wilding out, and Andre's just kind of looking at her like, okay. So then there's a moment where she's like, my son, he's famous now. And then she's like, you have the eyes or whatever. And that was this whole thing. So back to all the other shit that's going on. Now, in the previews, not the previews, but how they show what's going to happen before the show comes on. The, Vivica Fox and Tasha was in the little preview before the show, so I was like, okay, they're gonna bring that shit back in. They're gonna be in the episode. So, because like Pretty Little Liars, they basically tell you what the fucking shit's gonna be about in the little preview before it comes on. So they come in, and Vivica Fox is like, look, girl, you need to take your kids. They need to be with their mom. After winter break, they come in and stay with you. And Tasha, now, mind y'all, I don't know fucking names. So I'm just going off of names, their real names and names from other shows and shit. So Tasha is like, I don't know if she said I couldn't or whatever. And then Cookie was like, she just got out of rehab, at least give her some time to get situated and whatever. But Vivica's like, fuck that, I'm tired of taking care of your goddamn kids. And later on, we see them having like a dinner or a lunch or whatever together, and they're talking about this secret that has been going on for a couple episodes between them, that she may have killed people when Cookie went away for Lucius or whatever. We don't really know the details of that, but it's some secret with pertaining to that shit. So while they're talking at the diner or fucking at the restaurant, there's a guy, peeping in, trying to fucking hear what the fuck they talking about. And then we see Tasha at the bar, and he, goes over to talk to her. So this guy's a mystery man. I was watching the review on AfterBuzz, and Leah Daniels, the creator's sister, was up there, dropping some jewels, dropping some gems, giving some tea, and she said that this guy is very important, that we're not gonna see this coming. Like, whoever this guy is, his character, his story, we're not gonna see that coming. So this guy is very important. I don't really have any ideas, but I'll save that for the end. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so the Ace Awards. Now, I said I wasn't going to talk about all this shit, so I'm about to quickly go through this. Okay, the Ace Awards is going on. Jamal's throwing a fucking tantrum because he wants to do his song, but Cookie has planned this whole thing for the family to do this fucking song that they did like last fucking season or some shit. And this guy who I guess is the producer or some shit of the Asa Award, he wants them to like audition the song or whatever, so he's around. Him and Jamal end up fucking in the studio and shit, but he's on the DL, so that's a whole nother storyline. He's on the DL and Jamal's out and he don't know if he want to deal with that, blah blah blah. So the family kind of goes back and forth with the song and how they want to do the song, but in the end the song ends up coming out great. Mind you, I don't really like a lot of music on the show, but the song ends up coming out great. Lucius plays a song that he stole, I guess, from his mom, and it all comes together. The guy, the producer guy, he likes it or whatever, and that's that. Okay, so let me get on Rhonda. I need to touch on this. Okay, so Rhonda gets pushed out of the way. I don't know why the hell this fool pushed her like that. Like, it was just a box of fucking toys. All he had to do was like catch the box and push her a little bit, or you know what I'm saying, like this dude shoved this bitch out the way. She could have fell and fucking broke something again, but anyway, so he fucking shoves this bitch, and she has a flashback of what actually happened. She has a flashback of getting pushed, or she thinks, whatever. And Anika's like, oh my God, acting like she's so there for her, right? So later on, they're having a conversation on the couch, and this is where it gets crazy. So this bitch is sitting, and I don't remember why she had the flashback. I don't remember if it was a random thing or maybe Anika said something or whatever. But Rhonda looks at the shoes, and the shoes give her, oh, that's what it was. My dumb ass. Okay, so the shoes give her the fucking flashback, and those were the shoes that were in the from the night where she got pushed. So I'm like, are they telling us now that it's Anika? I don't know, but like I said, I'm gonna get to that at the end. What else happened this episode? We finally saw Cookie in her in her new position. Her assistant, we see her in her new position, and the assistant kind of like was talking to Tasha, talking to the sister, and was like, oh, I would be jealous, da da da, and that kind of pissed me off. I was like, why would you even say that? And for you to be jealous of your sister, that says something about you. You know what I'm saying? That you would be jealous of your own sister. Like, that's a little crazy. So yeah, I think that was it. I mean, we had some little bullshit with like Tiana, but I mean, who gives a fuck, really? Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, so let me get to what I think is coming in the next couple of episodes in the finale. I don't know how many episodes we got. I think it's like maybe 2 or whatever. So here, okay. So I still don't think Anika has anything to do with it. Now, I did at first. When the shit dropped, I was like, Anika. But as the shit went on, I was like, I don't think it's Anika no more, because they throwing it in our face a little too much. And now I'm really like, I don't think she had anything to do with it. Now, I don't remember the shoes. Are those the exact shoes? And I'm asking because that episode was so fucking long ago, I don't remember what the shoes even looked like. I just remember them being red bottoms and something about some spikes. I don't remember exactly what they look like. Yes, we saw the flashback and those were the shoes, but she could have been, you know what I'm saying? You know how we have like false memories and shit? She could have like placed the shoes there and shit in her mind or whatever. So I'm like, are those the shoes? If those are the shoes, then it probably is Anika. Unless somebody like stole her shoes to make it seem like it was Anika, but that's a fucking far fucking fetch. I heard some people talking about it could be Anika's mom. No, yeah, it could have been Anika's mom, because we know how she a fucking hater. Could have been her, maybe borrowed her shoes, or maybe we'll find out that those are her mom's shoes and Anika is just wearing them or borrowing them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Since we did just see the mom in the last episode, maybe she borrowed the shoes or whatever. That may come back up, but I don't know. I just don't think it's Anika, man. I don't anymore. I think it's gonna be more to it, and if it is Anika, they need to fucking throw her up on the fucking stake and light a motherfucking fire, bitch. That is so trifling. Like, you not only could have killed her, but you killed the fucking baby. Like, you killed a baby, dude. Like, and won't that baby about to be born? Like, this is not no 2-week abortion, you know what I'm saying, or like a month abortion. I'm not saying I agree with abortion or disagree with abortion. I'm just saying it's not that. This baby was like a month or something from being born, so that's like a full, you know what I'm saying, full size baby. I mean, I don't know how far along she was, but she was big. So I'm like, the baby's about to be born. That shit is almost fully fucking developed. You killed a baby and you could have killed her. I mean, double murder, bitch. Like, that shit is disgusting. Kill Anika if she has anything to do with it. Now, the guy, this mystery guy, I don't even know. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere. I'm leaning towards that maybe this guy is someone from their past, but I can't really put a finger on exactly what it is. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what I want it to be. What will really be some juicy shit. And it may not be that good of a storyline, but it's working in my mind right now. If Cookie had an affair with this dude and one of the kids was actually his child, like Hakeem or something ended up being this guy's child or some shit like that, I think that would be a crazy ass storyline, and you know, something I would like to see to juice this shit up. But I don't know. I just think it's somebody from their past. I don't really know. According to the lady, according to Leah, it's some important shit that we're not gonna see coming. So, I mean, I guess that's that. But yeah, that's my review and all of that for Empire. Let me get into Money and Violence. Okay, so I know some of y'all probably don't watch Money and Violence. I know Philip told me that the shit was on private. I don't know why that is. I'm gonna have to look that up, or I'll link the shit below. Maybe you went to like a wrong link or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But okay, so let me get into Money and Violence. Now, I done missed a couple episodes, I think, because I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not. I don't think I did. But let me talk about this shit here. All right. So we just had the season finale for Money and Violence, and I'm watching it and didn't even know it was the goddamn season finale. So I'm all hype and shit, everybody dying and shit, and I'm just like, yo, this is a fucking great episode, can't wait for the next one. But it was the finale. Okay, so we got Rafe. I'm trying to, y'all know I'm bad with names. I'm trying to remember the names. Now, Rafe. Now, I told y'all about this guy. It's gonna be hard for me to talk about this because y'all don't really know. Okay, so I told y'all about this guy in the first video. It was like the main guy. So I told you about this hit, right? They were gonna hit the Jamaicans. Jamaicans had some like huge drug shipment or whatever, and they was gonna hit the Jamaicans. So while the episode is going on, they're still kind of making the plans, but at the end is where they hit the Jamaicans. So when the episode opens up, because last week it ended where Rafe's best friend and Rafe went to okay, y'all don't know. Okay, but a couple seasons ago, they hit this dude and stole like a bunch of drugs and a bunch of money. So they went back to this dude because Rafe's best friend is working for this like Cuban drug kingpin or some shit, and the kingpin is like, yo, go up in this place and teach him a lesson, right? But the kingpin don't know that Rafe and his best friend hit that place a couple months ago because Rafe's best friend just started working for him, so that he don't know about the past. So they're like, damn, we stole from the plug pretty much, but you know, without knowing it. So Rafe is like, yo, talking to his best friend, like, yo, we gonna have to kill this dude because he knows our face. Like, we didn't go in there with no mask on or nothing. We just, you know, held this dude at gunpoint because that's what we do, you know, because they real thugs out here in these streets. So he was like, yeah, we gonna have to kill him because we can't risk word getting back to the plug, to the Cuban guy, and then it's all of us dead. So they go in, they kill him. And but before they go in, they had just the guy that was in the fucking laundromat and the other guy had just killed somebody else. So it's just a bunch of motherfuckers dying. Okay, so now I think I told y'all about this girl, right? The girl that was fucking Rafe, but her ex-boyfriend shot Rafe in another episode and shit. Y'all, this shit is jam fucking packed. Okay, so Rafe goes, oh shit, okay. So, guys, I didn't talk about last week. Alright, I'm gonna try to get through this quick, y'all. It's hard to review this shit without telling y'all like what happened last week and going into this week. Okay, so last week Rafe's best friend was like, who was that, when they saw the girl. And Rafe was like, yo, that was the girl I was fucking with. And Rafe's best friend was like, that's the girl I seen outside of the hospital arguing with the guy that shot you. So Rafe, in his head, he's thinking that, yo, this bitch tried to line me up, meaning this bitch tried to set me up, you know what I'm saying? So in this episode, he shows up at the house. Now, I'm not expecting him to hurt her or anything. I'm just expecting him to maybe go ask some questions or whatever, because, you know, my mind, I ain't from the street, so my mind is somewhere fucking else, okay? So this fool, she lets him in or whatever, because he's like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom, blah blah blah. She lets him in, and all we hear is like her fucking scream and shit, and he shoots her like 3 times. And I'm like, yo, he just shot this bitch and fucking dipped. And I'm like, damn. And the crazy thing about it is, she didn't have anything to do with him being shot. Rafe thinks that, and I think next season, you know, he gonna end up finding out about it, and he probably gonna feel bad for killing her or whatever. But her ex-boyfriend was the dude that shot Rafe, but she didn't find out about it until that day at the hospital where the best friend saw them arguing, right? See, that's the thing, like, we see shit, but we don't never see the whole fucking story. That's why we don't need to be running our mouths. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate people who see some shit and then go run and fucking tell, and they don't even know what they telling. Got the bitch dead now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what else happened? Okay, so they finally hit the Jamaican spot. Like at the end of the episode, they go into the Jamaican spot, and it's crazy. Okay, so the 2, I told y'all it was 4 Jamaicans, 2 on Rafe's side, and then the other 2 that they was hitting, right? It's so confusing because I don't know names. And then on the show, they really be talking in like the thick ass Jamaican accent, so you don't really know what the fuck they saying anyway. And they be having subtitles, but still it be like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know their fucking names. So yeah, they run up in there, and they get to this like room where it's 3. No, it's 2. Okay, one of the 2 Jamaicans got shot because it was a third guy, and the third guy like turned on him and shot him. So in the room, it was the guy that turned, one of the Jamaicans, and then the ones on Rafe's side or whatever. So then we end up finding out that from season 1, from last season, the Jamaican that Rafe and the best friend was working for killed one of their friends. Like, it was crazy. So they in the spot, right, guns drawn and shit, they pointing guns at each other and shit, and then out of nowhere they're like, yo, you killed one of my homies or whatever. And he's like, so you was there? Like, it was this whole fucking like huge realization moment and shit, and whew, it was crazy. So they killed all the Jamaicans. Rafe and his boy just shot up the whole goddamn motherfucking place. It was crazy, and took the money and left. Okay, and I'm gonna get to the very last scene. Okay, the very last scene, T.I. I don't know if y'all know T.I. He's this southern rapper. He has a show on VH1 called T.I. and Tiny, where, you know, he's with his family and stuff. T.I. is on the show. Well, he was on the past like 3 episodes or whatever. So he's in this episode, and he's here, and he's like, yo, I want to buy some drugs or whatever. So Rafe is like, yo, I know this guy we can get drugs from, blah blah blah. So they go to the crib, right, and it's this guy that, you know, he's been cool with this whole time, Rafe, because T.I. is from the South and this show is in New York. They fuck with each other, but Rafe knows he has to like take care of him while he's in New York or whatever. Y'all know I don't know nothing about the street, so I can't tell y'all why, but that's just what it is. So I guess it's dangerous for a southern thug to be in, I don't know. Okay, so alright, so they go up to the house to one of Rafe's homies, and they go in, and the dude is like, oh, let me go back and get my cousin because he got the drugs or whatever. So when the cousin walk up, it's this dude named Black, right? And Black, oh my god, I gotta tell y'all all this. Okay, so Black is this dude who got Rafe shot. Okay, wait, let me back up. Okay, so remember I told you about the shit with Rafe and how he shot the girl, and the girl didn't have something to do with it, but he thinks she did or whatever. Okay, so her ex-boyfriend name is Chopper, right? And Chopper is the one who shot Rafe, right? But the only reason Chopper shot Rafe is because of Black, right? Now, Black and Rafe were supposed to be friends. In the first season, they did like a lot of work together. Like Black would give him like the I guess the tea or whatever on like a place to hid or a place to steal from or whatever. Like, they were homies, they were good. But then Black out of nowhere was like, I'm gonna set Rafe up. So this whole season and some of last season, he been like trying to set him up, and Rafe just fucking put 2 and 2 together last episode, in this episode, when he like killed the girl and everything. So when Black fucking walks up, he's like, yo. So he immediately pulls out his gun, and you know, it's crazy because shit all came back around. Like, all this shit was connected. Everybody was connected to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't fucking understand, but it's fucking crazy. So he's like, yo, this dude Black set me up this time, that time, and that time. And T.I., y'all, if y'all know anything about T.I., he's really funny. So this whole time T.I. is like cracking jokes while this scene is going on, and and it's such a serious ass scene, and he just standing there cracking jokes. Okay, so Black's cousin, right, because remember, they at Black's cousin's house. He's like, yo, Rafe, I can't let you shoot my cousin. I don't care what's going on, I just can't let you shoot my cousin. That's my cousin, we're homies, I just can't let that happen. So Rafe is like, I don't give a fuck, I'm not leaving here without this dude's head. You know what I'm saying? And so as they keep going back and forth, Black says out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I set you up, I don't give a fuck. At first he was denying it, right? But then he was just like, I don't give a fuck, yeah, I set you up, whatever, I'll set you up again, I'll kill you now if I had a gun, blah blah blah. So out of nowhere, the cousin turns around, and the cousin's like, what the fuck you just say? And Black was like, yeah, I set him up, is eat or be eaten, da da da. And the cousin's like, yeah, we were all homies, like we were all boys, it wasn't even like no eat or be eaten type of situation, you know what I'm saying? Like we were all fucking homies, you know. And then out of nowhere, the fucking cousin shoots him. So he shoots his own cousin. I mean, the shit was crazy. T.I. leaves with the goddamn drugs and the money and shit. It was crazy. And then the drugs that Black was trying to sell to T.I. were the drugs that he had stole from Rafe. It was just a big fucking pot of fucking craziness. But yeah, y'all, this video has gone on long enough. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, sorry y'all, I had to come back on this shit. I fucking forgot. I can't believe I forgot to mention the part about Lucius and the mom at the end. I can't believe I fucking forgot to go into that. So real quick, because this video is long as shit. So Lucius is being led into like the dining room or some shit by his mom. And his mom has like a bunch of cakes and pies and shit laid out on the table. And he's like, you know, where's the maid? Because in the beginning he told the maid to, you know, watch her. The mom says the maid is gone. She sent her away, which seemed kind of crazy to me. That the bitch would just leave. So I think something's with that. Maybe she did something crazy to her or whatever. Killed her, who knows. So he sits down, and you can literally see the fear in this dude. She's like, eat the fucking cake and shit, like straight threatening him, going cuckoo crazy, talking about you're the reason why this happened, you're the reason why I'm crazy, I should have killed you a long time ago, this and that. And it was just a very dark ass scene. The whole time I was watching it, I was just mouth open, like, what is going to happen here? Like, she had the knife. I was scared, and I wasn't even in the fucking scene, and I was scared for my goddamn life. She had the knife in her hand the whole time, and I didn't know if she was gonna stab him, cut him, slit the neck out, slit her fucking own neck. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, the shit was crazy. So to add to my theory for, you know, the next couple episodes of finale and stuff like that, I think something big is gonna happen with the mom. I hope that next episode it gets picked back up from that scene, so we can see exactly what happened and it don't send us somewhere else. And I think something crazy is gonna happen, or she did something to the maid or whatever, but that crazy bitch gotta go. Okay, so I'm done. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace, y'all.